If you're a data scientist, here's 3 things that I would take away from Microsoft Ignite. First of all, congratulations to Microsoft for putting on a great conference in San Francisco. Ignite 2025 was amazing. I had a great time. Here's the first thing that I would be looking for. 1, you and your colleagues are going to be much more enabled to work on and create your own agents. Now, when I say colleagues, I'm really referring beyond the data staff. Microsoft is making a push for all employees, especially your frontline employees, the ones that know your customers and your revenue and your pain points the best, to be able to create more and more of those agents. Now, how are they doing that? Microsoft is introducing 2 new tools. There's going to be Fabric IQ that's going to help you with the gathering of data in real time across multiple sources. Because without that data, it's going to be really hard to develop agents, right? So Fabric IQ is what's going to help you to gather that data as quickly as possible from very disparate sources across your organization. The second part that they're going to help you with is something known as Foundry IQ, where that will help you work across all of your Microsoft products, your 365 products, and web pages and other additional tools to help you create those agents that are going to help with those day-to-day tasks that really you and your colleagues know best. So that should really move all of those tools forward, lower the technical barriers that are usually associated with agents or algorithm development, and help you develop more of those agents more specifically for what you need on a day-to-day basis. Now, another part that I think is great about attending a conference like Ignite, and this is my second takeaway, is that Microsoft Ignite really highlights the different tools that are out there and some tools that you may have missed, so you might want to add them to your overall learning plan. Now, even though I've been a chief data scientist and I teach data science to a lot of people and I coach people through their careers, I still have my own learning plan. And one of the things that I'm adding to my learning plan is Microsoft Foundry. I was very impressed with the number of tools and models that are now available with Microsoft Foundry. So that is something that I'm adding to my learning plan. And I'm also excited by it because there was a new announcement made at Microsoft Ignite at the keynote where all of the Anthropic models will now also be accessible via Microsoft Foundry. So not only are there a ton of models in there, but they're also constantly adding new ones. Obviously, the Anthropic models make for a very interesting addition there. So that's one of my takeaways. I'm going to be adding that to my learning plan. I kind of need to get my act together on that because I really feel that that's something that I need to be better educated on. So maybe that's something that you would want to consider, but look at some of the offerings from the conference, take a look at some of those summaries. The bottom line is there is that going to these conferences is supposed to add to your learning in some meaningful way. And I'm certainly taking that away, adding Microsoft Foundry to the things that I need to look at to close out this year and into 2026. Finally, the third thing that I learned from Microsoft Ignite is that the Microsoft ecosystem remains very, very strong. The beauty about Ignite is that obviously a lot of the focus is on AI and a lot of the tools that are out there, but Ignite is for people from all sides of Microsoft. So whether you're in cybersecurity or you're a developer or whatever the case may be, there's something at Ignite for you. There's also the focus on Microsoft MVPs, on the partners that Microsoft has, the services that they provide. So really, I enjoyed going to Ignite because you realize that as much as we're into AI, it's not all just about AI. There's plenty of other things that are out there that Microsoft is doing in their entire ecosystem that still remain strong, that still remain a big part of what a lot of maybe not data professionals, but technical professionals still do on a daily basis. So again, congratulations to Microsoft for such a great conference. I think that there are going to be some really interesting things that are just going to keep growing more and more into 2026. But for us as data scientists, I think that we should all be prepared to work on a lot more agents. The number of agents that you end 2026 with should be drastically different than the number of agents that you start 2026 with. So thanks again to Microsoft for a great conference. I'm looking forward to some of these tools and what they'll mean for us in the near future.